Oh, what are we doing? Hello, and welcome to Not My Kitchen. Okay, so I'm on vacation in Big Bear, not bragging. I love the opportunity to bake anywhere other than my own kitchen because it's tiny and smells bad. I could probably do something about it smelling bad. This kitchen is nice, a lot nicer than mine. There's a farmhouse sink and that's HGTV. There's a hot tub in the back. There's a deck. It's like, what more could we ask for? There's a squirrel. Stop looking at me. I did have 2 cups of coffee and now I am seeing that it is making me a worse person. Are those squirrels? Oh, it's just a tail. Okay, sorry. My friend was like, hey, my girlfriend's Canadian. Can you make Canadian ginger molasses cookies for me so that I can give them to her? Absolutely. And then I Googled Canadian ginger molasses cookies, couldn't find it. If you know what specifically makes it a Canadian recipe versus just like a ginger molasses cookie, please let me know. I'm gonna be making kind of like a hybrid version. Literally, these are some of my fave kind of cookies. I keep burping. This is gonna have more of like a chewy texture, but I'm also hoping to get a little bit of crisp around the outside because that's how I prefer my cookies. So that's just me. I brought a bunch of stuff from home. It's pre-measured. I'm pretty proud of myself. I can't bring my KitchenAid, so I have this. And I'm excited. The goal is to not eat them before I have to give them to my friend tomorrow night. So I'm gonna have to be limited. The thing that I hate about making cookies like this is that they have to chill for a couple hours before you make them. If you're gonna cook cookies that have a soft dough, you need to have them chill. And I'm really just saying that to myself because I don't want to do it. Let's get into it. How about that? First thing we're gonna do is cream the butter and the sugars together. Classic cookie sitch. Okay, we have 3/4 of a cup of butter, 1/4 of a cup of normal sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Here we go. Now I get to use this. So we want to make sure that's light and fluffy. I'm sweating. What a f***ing nightmare. It looks like this. It's beautiful. It's great. We're moving on. 1 egg. Crack this egg in. Standard egg. Nothing special. Give it a little mix. All right. That's F off. Now I had to save space, so I put the molasses in with the vanilla. Dump that in. Oh yeah. And if you don't like molasses, grow the f up, because it's delicious. It tastes like Christmas. It's warm, it's friendly, and most importantly, it doesn't give a f about what you think about it, because it's been around for a million bajillion years. Oh yeah. Now we have this gorgeous brown mush of beauty. Observe. And we are going to now add the spices. This is where I don't use measurements. Generally they say like 2 tablespoons or something like that. I just like to go all the way in. All the fucking way in. I do it kind of to taste, but I like a strong ginger in my molasses cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of cinnamon in as well. I will do a little mixy. Okay, I'm gonna fix my bun. Okay, sorry, I'm really feeling myself. I piled together the baking soda and the salt, and then I add a little bit of allspice because I like it really spicy, but just a little bit, just like a dash. Add that in. So now we have our base mixture, and I'm gonna add in the flour. Once the flour's in, I'm gonna taste it to see if I should adjust the actual spice ratio. I know you're not supposed to like eat eggs, but whatever. I've got 2 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, so dump this bitch right in. Gorge. Beautiful. Flour in. We're good. Mix it, start low. I learned that the hard way. You know what? It can have more ginger. We've got to add more ginger. I changed my mind. More ginger. And more cinnamon. Because I want this to be fucking festive. A little bit more ginger. Just a little bit. Too much cinnamon. Need a little bit more salt. I think that's perfect. When you're tasting the dough, you have to keep in mind that when it bakes, it's not gonna taste this intense. I've made the mistake before of underspicing cookies And then when I take them out of the oven, you can't taste anything. Especially for ginger cookies, you wanna make sure you can actually taste the ginger in them. This is actually perfect. I'm a genius. This is gonna chill in the fridge for 2 hours. If you wanna speed up the cooling time, push it up against the sides. It just thins out the amount that has to chill, and that's why it's better. You're welcome. Stop eating it. Stop eating it. Stop eating it, Lindsay. Let's let this chill. I'll let you know how it goes. Excuse me. So, we've come to the point where we take the cookies out of the fridge. Get the cookies out of the fridge. Diet Dad's root beer. This is what happens when you're sober. Let me grab her. Love me. We're gonna check this out, and boom, hard. Here we are about to roll the cookies in sugar. And I couldn't find a camera angle that fit my whole head and a close enough shot of the actual cookie going into the sugar for it to be reasonable. So I'll just stick my face down here if I really need to talk to you. We've got our cookie dough. I like to use a little scooper to make even scoops. It's hard. Then just use your hand. So then we got this nice little poopy. Then we've got regular sugar. I'm just gonna roll it, and then I'm gonna take it. I have this specialty sugar that's larger granules. So I'm gonna press it in that too. Then just set it. Oh yeah, the oven is at 350, okay? Let's do this. They're not perfectly round, but also whatever, eat my butthole. Life isn't perfect. If these sprinkles don't look pretty, it's gonna honestly hurt my feelings. I would say at least once a month, I tell everybody in LA that I wanna live in the woods. And then when I get to the woods, I do want to live here. I just don't want to live with the people that live here because they're weird. Ugh, fuck. We got some shit happening here, people. Let's get them in the center rack. Boom. They're out of the oven and they don't look bad. They're puffy. I don't love that. They're cracked on top, which they're supposed to be. We're gonna let them cool and then evaluate. The cookies are done. They obviously look gorgeous. I'm incredible. But now we're gonna taste them to see what they taste like. I've eaten a lot of the dough. Haven't had a cookie yet. Got that little bit of crunch around the outside. Spice is perfect. Oh my God. That should tell you, if you're ever curious, more ginger. Okay, I wouldn't call these chewy, but they're soft. And they have a little crunch on the outside. That's very nice. That's very good. The sugar caramelizes on the outside. That gives it a really good feel. Okay, well, these are for a cookie order, so I can't eat all of them, but today we made ginger molasses cookies. They were delicious. I will now give them to my friend. If you have any idea what was supposed to make them Canadian, please let me know. Hopefully she likes them. Thanks for watching. Make sure you press subscribe. Make sure you get notifications if you want to see my face. Obviously, I'm very uncomfortable with self-promotion, but I know you have to say these things, so it's like, follow me, love me, validate me. Otherwise, I'll have to meditate more, and I honestly would rather not, so.